Are you guys finding new opportunities here at this COP?
Immediately here today, I already talking to three different groups who I can work with on the digital side, on the brokering side, on the project development side, even mature projects. And so everything that we're looking for across several different asset classes. So not just nature-based solutions, but we have a critical mining fund. And so one of the groups is saying, okay, how do you do that? How do you trace it? How do I know you're green and compliant? And we have all the elements for that. So it's okay, well, we'd like to play it. Yesterday, I was with a couple of folks from Canada who have been in resources and who are looking for these and say, well, we don't have a dedicated fund, says that's what we do. So COP has already been really productive on not just getting our name out there as a global peer and partner for international finance, but also in how we would manage the project and how we would drive that capital and do it at scale in a way that hasn't been done before.
There's a lot of talk about this $1.3 trillion number that was announced in Baku, and then now it's all about implementation and figuring out how that's going to work. Are you guys part of that infrastructure sort of future?
We are central to it. You need high capacity asset managers, asset players, asset owners, developers, folks from the regulatory side who are really deployed. Brazil is perfectly centered for that. Very sophisticated capital market with great capital structures and vehicles that are investment grade and ready for the global players to come in at that level. You've got a regulatory framework that is good as it is, but it's also developing a carbon regulatory framework that's going to be a model for the world. So it all plays out really nicely, and if you can do it here, you can take it elsewhere.
How close are we to Brazil having a carbon market that you guys can use as a world class example for scaling carbon markets everywhere else?
That's about 3 years away to really start acting, about 4.5 years from where it's fully functional. So the World Bank is working with the government of Brazil and the different authorities and players to roll out systematically and methodically a regulated carbon market. It's in synchronicity with the voluntary market, and so it's going to work together that way. But using traditional regulated structures and how do you roll things out on a new asset class or a new security system, whatever else it might be, but very well planned and in the rollout stages. But it's going to be done step by step. So they're looking how to deploy some of the World Bank funds across the system, but how you start drawing in the others. How do you bring in trading desks? How do you work with the infrastructure of a new market the right way and put those pieces in place? And as each one is sort of ready to go, it'll start operating. But as a full market, it's probably now 4.5, 5 years.
Yeah, okay, so completing the finance picture for carbon markets and investment on sustainability here in Brazil. Thank you, Bruce Keith.
Thank you.
I'm Stan Soniker here at the Regenerative Finance Forum with Hedera. More coming up on YouTube and our Instagram and Twitter locations online.